It's been a while since we've heard anything of Baldur's Gate 3, besides Van Vinke leaking playable gnomes in an interview, but we already knew this was coming as many fans expected all the basic races from D&D to be playable in the full game. But the next thing for Baldur's Gate 3 is of course a new patch, basically patch 8. But there are some things I wish to see in the next updates for this game, so don't forget to subscribe to follow all the upcoming news of Baldur's Gate 3. The first thing I wish to see is to be able to start somewhere else in the game. And by this I don't mean that every new player should get to choose where they start, because you of course should start in the beginning area as a default. But it's meant for players who already play Baldur's Gate 3 for a ton of hours. Like, make it so that you can change where you start in the settings, for example start as a level 2 character on the beach. Or maybe start a level 3 in a Druid's Cove. Like, many of us are quite burnt out from the beginning, as we've already seen it so many times already. And of course this shouldn't be a feature in the full game, but only for the early access, as the early access is meant to playtest the game. And even if we don't get to choose to be at a higher level, starting at a different location would already be a very nice change, so you don't start at the same place every patch, or while choosing a new playable race or class. And I don't know if this is just me, but let me know if this is a feature you would love to see as well. And the second feature I would love to see is more character creation options in patch 8. We already know that the full game will have more of these options, but it will be cool to have a couple of new ones in the early access as well. And my biggest wish is to be able to mix and match some of the options we currently have as well. Like, why are some faces exclusive for only full elves? Like, give them to half elves and vice versa. I mean, the more options we have, the better. And Baldur's Gate 3 already got a great solution for like the colors. You only get to choose the skin, hair and eye colors that are available in the lore. But with just a click of a box you get to choose out of all of them. And this is such a great way to appeal to all the players. For example, I love to play with the colors just according to the lore. But if you want to play a drow with yellow skin and pink hair, you're just able to do that. So maybe there could also be an option to get faces from the different races to your favorite race as well. And of course just more hairstyles, faces and whatnot in general. And we can't forget different body types as well. Like, it would be great to have a muscular body, just as Daddy Hassan has, for barbarians. As I said, the more options the better. Another feature I would love to have is a new playable race. As I told in the beginning of the video, with gnomes now confirmed being playable, why not let us playtest them in early access? And of course other races as well. Like, it's great that we're getting more playable classes to playtest, but I would love to also playtest a playable half-orc for example. I mean, I think we're getting all the classes eventually in early access, but we haven't received a single new race or sub-race yet. Like, even if we get the Dwagar, the Dark Dwarf as a new option, that will really be cool as well. And if we're getting a new class in patch 8, I'm curious to see how Larian is going to implement the bards. But talking about classes, my final new feature is more unique class customization options. Cause in my opinion, one of the coolest things Baldur's Gate 3 has is having unique character creation options for some subclasses, like the dragon skills for draconic sorcerers or peacelings for the wild heart barbarian. But at the same time, this is also a bit of a letdown, and I don't try to be negative as I really love this feature, but I would simply love to have more. Like maybe some cool necromancy options for warlocks, holy marking for clerics, or maybe some camouflage options for rangers. I just really love unique stuff like this, which differentiates the classes even more. And Larian has been implementing some new spell visuals and animations for the different classes, to make them even look more unique, which is freaking awesome. But the more we have, of course the better. Like, can't the Berserker Barbarian subclass get some other unique piercings different from the Wild Heart Barbarian? Or that the Wild Magic Sorcerer gets some unique options different from the Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer? And even other things that aren't visual, like clerics get to pick which deity they serve, and even get some more unique dialogue options depending on what they chose. That is so incredibly awesome, but I still feel warlocks are left a bit in the dark with their patrons. Like, shouldn't warlocks get to choose their type of patron depending on their subclass, and also receive some unique lines of dialogue, or maybe get to interact with them just like Will? And while all these features are maybe a bit too much to ask for in a single patch, it's still my wishes and what I love to see. And of course I wouldn't mind if they didn't come in the next patch, but I definitely would love to see the options coming in other patches or at least in the full game. It will still take another full year before Baldur's Gate 3 releases, and it's just coming when it's done. Of course I know the full game is going to be great, but it wouldn't hurt to get some of these features early, or at least when the game comes out. But what is your wishlist for the next patch? Is it a new playable class, a new race, or also something like new customization options? Please let us know in the comments down below. And with that, thank you all for watching, don't forget to subscribe for more Baldur's Gate 3 videos, and I will see you next time.